Okay, I
Okay,
think we're
thanks, man.
good. Thank you.
Yeah, I think so. Thanks.
right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. We're pleased today to have with us the special representative of the Secretary General for Haiti, Ms. Helen La Lime. So without further ado, you heard her yesterday at the Security Council, and she's here today to brief you a bit more on Haiti and to answer your questions. So please, you have the floor.
Thanks, with all of you today at UN headquarters. It gives us an opportunity to do what we need to continue doing, which is to highlight the challenges that Haiti is facing. I came to New York to brief the Security Council in person. I'll be meeting with senior leadership of the UN along with other partners. You know the situation in Haiti is grave. You know that gang-driven violence has reached new heights. On average, we faced one kidnapping every 6 hours in 2022. You heard me say yesterday that indiscriminate violence led to 2,183 murders in 2022, with presidential candidates, police directors, and the very poorest in society all as victims. 5 million are facing acute hunger, and some 20,000 in famine-like conditions in the area of Cité Soleil especially. This represents one of the most severe food emergencies in the world today. Some 10% of schools remain closed since the start of the school year. This leaves also thousands of children deprived of education, particularly in the areas that are controlled by gangs. But there are important developments underway that can help chart a path to the rule of law and democratic institutions if they are properly supported. The first is the sanctions regime adopted unanimously by the Security Council in October and similarly welcomed across Haitian society. We are heartened to hear of progress being made by the Sanctions Committee, and BINUH is looking forward to cooperating with a panel of experts in their work. We're hoping that they will get out to Port-au-Prince in mid-February. Bilateral sanctions in the meantime are creating space for dialogue and have attenuated some of the violence. The second development happened last December, and that was the National Consensus Agreement for an Inclusive Transition and Transparent Elections. This agreement emerged after months of dialogue. It was led by Haitian civil society, and it represents a major step forward in the right direction and is focused on bringing the country to elections and restoring legitimate institutions. The third element that is now urgently needed to recover the situation in Haiti is the deployment of an international specialized force, as requested by the government of Haiti on 7 October, and supported by the Secretary General in his letter to the Security Council on 8 October. These three approaches working together, political dialogue for a return to democracy, sanctions that can help ensure accountability, and a force to help in the fight against gangs and to help the H&P secure neighborhoods and begin to restore some semblance of normal life for the families living in those neighborhoods is critical. This force can begin to alleviate the disorder and consequent suffering plaguing the country. What Haitians most want right now is security. Security to go about their lives without the fear of being injured or kidnapped when they leave their homes in the morning. I'm looking forward to hearing your questions. Thanks.
Thank you so much. So let me start with Michelle.
Go ahead. On behalf of the United Nations Correspondents Association, thank you very much, SRSG La Lime, for doing this briefing. We appreciate it. Canada and the United States have been the two countries most often mentioned as possible leaders, participants in an international armed force to help halt gang violence in Haiti. Yet yesterday, you yourself listened to the U.S. Deputy Ambassador say that Haiti must address its continued insecurity challenges itself. And Canada's ambassador say that the world has to learn from all previous military interventions in Haiti, which failed to bring long-term stability to the country, and ensure that in the future, solutions must be led by Haitians and by Haitian institutions. So, with both the two major countries that have been touted as possibly leading a force opting out, what is the next step for the United Nations and for Haiti? And is there any other country or countries that are still considering leading any kind of an armed security force?
Thank you. Let me first address the point that you made about Haitians leading the effort. The request by the government of Haiti is for a force, but it is for a force to work differently than past forces have worked, whether it be the UN or other interventions that have taken place in Haiti. Nobody wants to repeat the mistakes of the past. What they are asking for is support in the form of a specialized force that will work in an integrated manner with the Haitian National Police. That is, the Haitian National Police are a critical part of this effort. It is a joint partnership that would go against the gangs. And exactly what that would look like, what it would consist of, needs to be discussed with the countries that are interested in participating in this effort. I heard cautions yesterday from both the United States and Canada. I did not hear a definite no. And so it is up to the Security Council now, the members of the Security Council, to have a discussion based on the deliberations that took place yesterday and decide what is possible. I would also refer you to the CELAC meeting that took place, that's taking place in Argentina. There too, there was an appeal on the part of the government of Haiti for support to this specialized force effort. They need help. The situation needs support. The people of Haiti are suffering greatly. So my hope and my job in coming here to New York was to provide the information for a decision to be taken in that regard. And I'm still hopeful that there will be one and that it will be positive.
Michelle?
Thank you. Michelle Nichols from Reuters. A follow-up, obviously, to that question. As some of us have heard, that there were several other countries as well who were suggesting they'd be happy to step forward. But as Edie's kind of mentioned, the question seems to be over who might lead this force. Through your discussions that you've had so far over the past couple of days while you've been here, are you getting any signals that there might be any progress on this anytime soon? And what's your kind of assessment on how long this is taking and what this means to the people of Haiti, who you described a fairly dire situation for them yesterday?
I heard a debate yesterday in the Security Council, as did you, in the open, but also in the closed session, that there is a lot of concern. And I think there is recognition that help is needed. I don't have eyes on, I don't have visibility into those other discussions that could possibly involve partners that may be interested either now or at some point in the future.
Mario?
Mario Villar with the Spanish Newswire FA. Just another follow-up on this. Given that this was proposed back in October as something very urgent and it has not materialized, are you considering any other options, and is still a mission under the UN flag totally not an option?
The Haitians, the Haitian government, Haitians generally are not interested in a return to peacekeeping. But we are working with the Haitian National Police to help them address criminality. And there are other partners that are working with the Haitian National Police as we speak, the United States and Canada, in the fight against criminality and gangs. The HNP as well, the Haitian government, you are aware, is equipping itself to fight, to better fight the anti-gang effort. They have ordered a substantial amount of armored vehicles, armored equipment, materiel. That is coming to Haiti, arriving in Haiti slowly, but it is coming in tranches, and that is supporting the fight. And they are making gains against some of the gangs. The challenge that they face is keeping the terrain that they're able to free. And without outside assistance, they're not going to succeed on that front.
Pam?
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, SRSG. It's Pamela Falk from CBS News. One more take on the earlier two questions on the military force. As you know, in October, the resolution that was proposed to this Security Council was supposed to include an armed force and the sanctions, and didn't get it through. Do you have any more reason to think that that kind of a force is going to happen? You heard Ambassador Rodriguez talk about the fact that from Haiti, talk about the fact that they need it.
Mm-hmm.
So how possible, did you hear any commitments on that kind of a force? And how much are the elections linked to that? When do you expect the elections? Thank you.
I heard recognition that Haiti can't do this alone on the security side. I also heard recognition that a lot ready to go on duty at any particular time. That's not enough for a force the size of Haiti. So we've developed this basket fund. Canada was the first donor and is the largest contributor to the basket fund. And through that program, we are rehabilitating infrastructure, enlarging the National Police Academy so that they can recruit more. And then we are also developing programs that would institute a vetting system inside the police to ensure that that the police that are on duty, active duty, are worthy police officers and not tied to criminality and gangs. And then we will be doing some work with them on using data, information, intelligence in the fight against gangs. I'm aware that the United States has a hefty program that is ongoing to train the SWAT of the police. Canada and France have other training programs with the police. But these, we're still not doing enough to be able to win this fight at this stage. We will not win the fight without significant levels of additional support. The police simply need that.
And so is the Haitian government buying new equipment? You mentioned
the equipment,
if they're buying it with the basket fund money, or how are they affording it?
No, they're buying it. They're buying it. You know, one of the things that the Haitian government has been about recently, and it's part of this consensus agreement document, is that the Haitian government needs to attack corruption, and the Haitian government needs to do more to address, to increase revenues. And so you saw them do away with the fuel subsidy that had been so detrimental to the effort of government to. They were losing about $400 million a year in fuel subsidies. And then as a result of the corruption that was going on through taxation, but also mostly through customs revenues down at the port, they're losing another $400 million. So $1 billion of revenue that goes out the window. But somebody's making that money. And that therefore the inequality that exists in Haiti. But anyway, this agreement aims to increase revenues, and they've simply found the money in the budget. They have robbed Peter to pay Paul. They've taken from one fund to another, and they have done the necessary and bought and paid for this equipment that's coming in.
And could you just give us a little picture about the humanitarian situation? I mean, with the security situation so unstable, how is that impacting your ability to get out to these communities, particularly in Cité Soleil, where people are really hungry and need your help urgently?
Well, you know, 50% of the population is food insecure, that 54% of households are dependent on food aid, and that in Cité Soleil, we have about 20,000 people who are experiencing famine-like conditions. And yes, it is difficult to access them, but we are doing it. We are doing it through the agencies that work for the UN system, WFP, UNICEF, very active in that area. And we're doing it through non-governmental organizations that we support. Other donors are active as well and are bringing in increased levels of humanitarian assistance. That said, what we have witnessed over the course of the past month are rival gang leagues attacking each other in these areas, resulting in over 155,000 internally displaced people. 70% of these tend to find refuge with other family, but you also have people that are simply homeless, congregating in areas, trying to make do with what they can. And the UN system is responding to that. So it's a very difficult situation. On cholera was not the plague that we expected it to be. That said, 500 people, those counted, those that we know of, close to 500 deaths, 25,000 suspected cases, 2,000 confirmed. That's what the numbers tell us, and that the cholera has spread to all 10 departments in the country. But there is cholera that is not counted. And there are people dying that we don't know about. It is a very difficult situation. And the only way we will make progress if there is additional support to the H&P. The only thing the Haitian people are really preoccupied with right now is security, is being able to survive to the end of the day.
Let me just go to our screen. We have a question from Jacqueline Charles from the Miami Herald.
Hi, good morning, SRSG. Thanks for doing this.
Jacqueline.
I wonder if you can give us a little bit more details in terms of the sanction regime, and you mentioned this trip. And also, I mean, the Russian permanent rep, both in December and yesterday, made some very critical comments about sanctions. So, I mean, how optimistic or hopeful that we will see the UN issue sanctions, not just against gang leaders, but other people, given Russia's position?
Thanks, Jacqueline. I would simply remind that the resolution 2653 was unanimous. And so I see that as a very positive sign. I have one of the messages that I came up with in this briefing, in addition to advocacy on behalf of this force, was to let's get to work on the UN sanctions. Let's get the team of experts that's due out to Haiti, and let's start working so that the UN starts deliberating over files to consider for sanctions under the UN sanctions. So it's taken longer to get started than the bilateral sanctions, but I'm confident that we will do our part.
Excellent. I think Edie, I'll take also Michelle. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. You said that you were hopeful that the Security Council would respond to the government and the Secretary General's request.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious what gives you hope, since neither the US nor Canada showed positive response, concern, but not a positive response. And we weren't at the closed consultations. Was there something that you heard there that gives you hope that the Security Council actually might do something?
The Security Council has a pending request before it that it needs to deliberate on. And it was my sense that they are going to be deliberating on it and taking a decision. They are the Security Council. So my hope is that they will take a decision and that it will be a positive one.
Michelle.
Just to take it one step back, I guess, the Security Council hasn't been able to act because they can't find someone to lead this force and get everyone together to create this force. So on that note, how do you feel about the action by the international community so far? Have they acted with enough urgency? And you mentioned the panel of experts eventually getting to Haiti and whatnot, but does the UN mission now have any kind of evidence or information on how these gangs are arming themselves and where those weapons are coming from?
We know a lot about how the gangs operate. Missions in Haiti have been observing this phenomenon of gangs for years. So there is a stack of information on the gangs. So when the panel of experts comes out, they do their expert job, and we're prepared to provide whatever assistance or whatever documentation they may ask us for. And the first part of you.
Do you think the international community has acted with enough urgency to provide the support that the police need?
We could act with more urgency. I think the international community needs to. This matter, though, is being considered actively right now. It was discussed here in New York at the Security Council, and it's being discussed in CELAC as well. So the attention is on it. Let's hope that we see some action, some results now from this deliberation.
Yeah. Hi.
Question.
Speaking about regional efforts, what is the reaction, or is the Caribbean community stepping up at all to address the problem, including the Dominican Republic? Thanks.
The Caribbean community is following the issue very, very closely. They issued a statement yesterday. I know they are interested in engaging in the political effort. I believe they are having conversations with the government of Haiti. What will be decided in that regard, I'm not privy to.
Excellent. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this morning. Thank you so much, Ms. La Lime.
Thank you.
You are welcome to come back anytime.
Getting up to New York is an issue right now. But no, thank you
so much.
Thanks.
Parfois, c'est très difficile, mais t'es bon Dieu dans ce ciel là. Et il a commencé avec nous, il finit, nous arrivons là.
Chaque samedi, à partir de 7h à soir, CaribbeanTelevisionNetwork et ZoomHaitiNews a invité à regarder l'émission Marathon. Marathon, c'est une émission sur immigration qui permet tout un des témoignages à quelques compatriotes qui te prennent route là, sorti Chili, Brésil et l'autre pays pour venir chercher la vie meilleure aux États-Unis.
On est quitté parti, quitté madame, parce que madame était trop gros, n'est pas de avancer, il peut aller, ça t'est vraiment fait mal.
Dans l'émission Marathon, on a bien possibilité tout joindre toute information qui vient à ouais à question immigration dans le pays États-Unis, Canada, Saint-Domingue, Brésil, Chili et l'autre côté. Pas rater occasion pour être informé sur tout ça qui vient à ouais à immigration. Ou capable regarder émission Marathon sur toute plateforme nous yo, Roku, Amazon TV Fire, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter et site internet nous ctn25.com. CaribbeanTelevisionNetwork et ZoomHaitiNews depuis ces côtés haïtiens nous là.
La jeunesse vient tande. Yo dit Covid allé, mais c'est pas vrai. Virus là, l'a muté, l'a transformé et l'a continué vers le terrain. L'a évolué rapidement et c'est nous toutes qui pour mobiliser pour nous couper coronavirus ça. On nous continue prendre toutes mes précautions nous te kan prend déjà yo. Si vous pas vacciné, al prend vaccin. Si vous te prend des premières doses, al prend booster. Toujours songer mettre masque. Lavez-moi souvent. Évitez en foule sous déjà un problème santé. Renforcer le système immunitaire, respecter consignes CDC et recommandations fait dans l'état côté ou vivre là. Coronavirus là li nan mitan nous toujours. Li pas obligé fatal. Alors c'est mettre corps qui peut veiller corps. Mais ça c'est United Front of the Haitian Diaspora qui porte pour nous en conjonction avec aucun chaîne de travail à faire avec Morehouse School of Medicine. Pour plus d'informations, visitez site internet yo dans www.haitianunitedfront.org ou ncrn.msm.edu ou bien reléon en 202 918 69 92.
ZoomHaitiNews et CaribbeanTelevisionNetwork, plus de 10 sites internet en anglais, français, espagnol et plus d'une centaine d'autres langues. Désormais, vous n'avez plus besoin d'un ordinateur ou d'un téléphone portable. Il suffit de demander à Alexa.
Alexa, what are the latest news from the Caribbean Television Network?
From Caribbean Television Network News. From Zoom Haiti News Daily.
En Zoom Haiti News, français.
En Zoom Haiti News espagnol.
Caribbean Television Network, en français, anglais et espagnol. Vous pouvez aussi télécharger les applications de ZoomHaitiNews en créole, français, anglais et espagnol. Visitez notre site internet sur www.caribbeantelevisionnetwork.com.